Today I'm going to be using some pine wood, and the first piece measures 9 inches by 47 inches long. And I'm going to start at the top of my board, and using my carpenter square, I'm going to find the center and just make a little mark. And then I'm going to make 2 angled lines. And the area I'm shading in is the area that I'm going to cut off. Now my next piece of wood measures 7 by 33 inches. And on this piece, I'm going to start in the top left corner and just make an angled line. And then I'm going to take a second piece of the same size, 7 by 33 inches. And on this one, I'm going to start in the top right corner and then make another angled line. And then I'm going to cut everything on the lines I created. I'm going to take my General Finishes Antique Walnut Gel Stain and a Gen Foam brush, and I'm going to stain all 3 pieces of wood. Now, I love working with this gel stain. It's easily applied, and once you have the entire area covered, you're going to take some paper towels and just rub in the stain. And then, as you can see, you can still see the wood grain through the gel stain. And I'm going to try to cover the edges as well. And I'm going to repeat the same thing on my other 2 pieces of wood. Now I use my Milwaukee miter saw to make these cuts. You can also use a jigsaw or a handsaw, really anything of your choice if you are unable to cut the wood yourself. Sometimes if you go to Lowe's or Home Depot and you give them all of the measurements, they will cut the wood for you. And don't forget, you can always recreate these using cardboard. Next, I have just some plain paper, and I'm going to use the paper as my template. I'm going to start by taping one at the bottom of my board, and then I will place a second one, and I'm just holding the paper together with some blue painter's tape. And I just want to make everything as even as I can. And then I'll take a third one and stack that on the top. I'm going to take my carpenter square ruler, and on the bottom I'm going to mark in 1.5 inches on the left and 1.5 inches on the right side. And I like this ruler because it's a straight edge, so if I know the bottom of my board is straight, then I can easily line this up. Now I'm going to make a line going up my board, starting on the right side of my 1.5 inch mark. And I'm going to make this go up to 29 inches. Now, these are all the measurements I used. You can certainly tweak anything if you personally don't like a certain measurement I did. And I'm going to repeat the same thing on the left side. So now I have 2 lines going up 29 inches. And when I get to the top, I'm just going to use this styrofoam plate for my little curved top. I'm going to remove that, but leave the painter's tape in place, and I'm going to take my scissors and just cut out the template I just made. I'm going to secure this back onto my board, and you can take some painter's tape, make it double-sided, because you're going to want to hold the center of this down. So once I have that secure on my board, I'm going to take some Wise Owl Antique Villa Chalk Synthesis paint, and I have a small foam roller, and I'm going to roll on top of my board. Now this is paper, so the more it gets wet, it's going to start to rip, so you do not want to over roll on top of our template, but I want to make enough coverage. I'm going to take my blow dryer, just quickly dry it so that I can throw a second coat on before removing the paper template. Now I'm putting white over the stain. I'm not expecting complete full coverage. I actually want kind of like a distressed look. So if you do not get full coverage and you have some of the gel stain peeking through, that is totally fine. And then I'm going to remove the template and dispose of that. Now I went to my 2 smaller pieces of wood and I basically did the same exact thing. Since I have 2 of these, I do need 2 templates, so I just folded the paper in half before I cut so that now I have the 2 smaller templates. And these 2 pieces measured 1.5 by 17.5 inches. And I'm going to take that template and I'm going to put it on the outer portion of my board, about 1.5 inches in from the right side. And then I'm going to repeat the same exact thing. I'm going to roll my antique villa on top of my board, and you want to roll very carefully over the paper so that you don't rip anything. And you want to try to get 2 coats on there before removing your template. And then I took the second board and I did the same thing on that one. Now I have my 2 smaller boards I'm laying here on the table, and I want to make sure that they are as even as I can get them. And then I'm going to take the larger board and lay that on top. And it's hard to get the entire board in the video here, but for now we're focusing on the bottom. We want to make sure everything is even. And I'm going to add some Elmer's wood glue to both my left and right board. You want to put a good amount on. And then I'm going to take the large board and lay that in the center. And you want to mess with this until you feel like it's pretty even. Everything is straight. Now you guys have a top view, so it's a little easier to see where the areas are not straight. The angle I'm at, I'm just using my tape measure to get this as even as possible. And once I was happy with where everything was laying, I'm just going to take my wood clamps and clamp them starting at the bottom. And if you don't have wood clamps, you can just lay something heavy on top of your board, and you want it to dry for several hours. And then I just went to the top part of the board and added some more clamps. So everything is clamped and drying. I get these 21-inch ruler sticks from Lowe's. They come 3 in a pack for about $1.98. And I'm going to measure the angle cuts on the top of my board and make little marks. And I took them and cut them with my miter saw. And before I adhere them to my board, I'm going to add some of the General Finishes gel stain to all 4 of the ruler sticks that we just cut. Now I made them so they weren't the exact length of the angle on the board, but I do want them hanging over about 1 inch or 1.5 inches would be fine as well. So once they were dry, I'm going to take a little bit of Elmer's wood glue and a little bit of hot glue and adhere the ruler sticks onto the angle of the board. And this is going to create our roof. Now this is a step you can totally skip, but I do feel like it kind of completed it. And then I added the smaller pieces on the right and left side. Now I feel like adding the roof is really kind of completing the project. So this is going to be a Christmas church sign. And to finish this off, I'm going to add this green wreath that I had found at Target for $3. And I'm going to add a pre-made bow to the center of the wreath. Now you could really add anything of your choice to the top here. And then I decided to take a piece of sandpaper and just heavily distress on the white. You want to avoid going over the stained areas as the sanding dust kind of gets stuck into the gel stain, and I did not top coat it yet. So I would just do your sanding on just the white part. And you can distress this as much or as little as you'd like. And then there we go. You want to just remove this sanding dust, and now we just have this really fun Christmas church. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Paint products, tissue paper transfers, and mesh stencils can all be found on our webpage at chalkitupfancy.com. And don't forget, you can also check out other tutorials on our webpage as well. Have a great day.